2025 was a confounding year for LEGO Star Wars. I've already expressed my picks for the top 10 best sets of the year, and on the flip side, my picks for the top 5 worst sets of the year. However, with 2025 LEGO Star Wars in our rearview mirror now, I have one more video I needed to get off my chest. And it's perhaps focusing on the single item of LEGO Star Wars that's keeping the market afloat these days. And that, of course, are minifigures. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, minifigures in 2025 were not without their fair share of controversy as well. And believe me, we'll elaborate on all of that throughout today's video. So without further ado, here are my picks for the top 25 best LEGO Star Wars minifigures of 2025. The rules for today's video are very simple. It just has to be an official, brand new 2025 LEGO Star Wars minifigure. This means any figure released this year that wasn't originally introduced in 2025 is not eligible for the list. For example, the Night Trooper figure with the white helmet from the Night Troopers Battle Pack earlier this year was actually a 2024 minifigure reprinted in a 2025 set. Therefore, it's not eligible to be part of this countdown. At the same time, the version of the Night Trooper with the dark bluish gray helmet was new for 2025, therefore could make the list. Spoiler alert, it didn't. I hope that all makes sense. There are quite a few minifigures here today, so I'm going to try and not focus too heavily on the first 15 or so, and then we'll get a little bit deeper with the top 10. So now let's dive into the countdown. Number 25, I'm actually going to begin this list by cheating a little bit. I wanted to shout out the new astromech droids from this past year. This includes R7A7, R5D4, R4P44, and R3T6. Look, astromech droids are pretty easy to come by in LEGO Star Wars. They're nothing crazy to write home about. However, these were all really solid new additions to the LEGO astromech droid catalog, and I wanted to give them a mention at the bottom of this list. Number 24, Anakin Skywalker from set number 75401, Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. Is this the most detailed Anakin Skywalker minifigure we've ever seen from LEGO Star Wars? No, absolutely not. It's just a very good looking figure with some great printing all around and a desirable character. Number 23, Galen Erso from set number 75419, Death Star. I may or may not have knocked this figure down a few pegs simply because he's behind a $1,000 paywall in the new UCS Death Star. Is that fair of me? Probably not. However, I do really like this figure, especially because of the arm printing and the new face print. He is relatively plain, but he looks good based on the source material, and I'm glad to finally have this character in LEGO form. Number 22, Ki-Adi-Mundi from set number 75413, Republic Juggernaut. This Ki-Adi-Mundi figure is not that much different when compared to the last rendition of him in LEGO form. That being said, he looks good, the updates are solid, nothing really crazy here, but it's just a darn good figure. Number 21, Imperial Dignitary from set number 75419, Death Star. Another Death Star minifigure. This is the Imperial Dignitary. The printing here is relatively plain. However, I love that new mold for his crazy hat, and I also love getting obscure characters like this in LEGO form. Number 20, Director Krennic from set number 75419, Death Star. Yeah, the Death Star minifigure lineup wasn't all that good, but there were a few figures that found their way on this list, including a new version of Director Krennic. I love this character in the Star Wars canon, and they did a good job recreating him for the first time in 9 years. Number 19, Asajj Ventress from set number 75432, V19 Torrent Starfighter. Somehow this is the worst minifigure from the V19 Torrent Starfighter set, which is my personal favorite playscale set of this past year. This Asajj Ventress looks really good, and the purple color scheme is extremely striking. Number 18, Hot Tub Stormtrooper from set number 75419, Death Star. Okay, I swear this is the last minifigure from the UCS Death Star, and one of the only figures in the set to get dual molded legs, which a lot of the other characters are lacking, and also getting a Hot Tub Stormtrooper in an official LEGO Star Wars set is a dream come true for people who grew up playing the video games. I love this. Number 17, Solitist from set number 75414, the Force Burner Snow Speeder. I have no idea if I pronounced this guy's name correctly. I have not caught up on and rebuild the galaxy. That being said, I don't really need to because I think this figure just looks dope. I love the face print, the torso and leg printing in the hood, very striking. The color schemes are cool. His lightsaber was cool as well. This is a dope figure of a character I literally know nothing about. Number 16, Emperor Palpatine from LEGO Star Wars Character Encyclopedia Updated Edition. This is the one single minifigure in today's video that did not come from a LEGO set, rather a Character Encyclopedia book. How many of y'all actually purchased this book, maybe flip through it once or twice and then put it in storage just to get this Palpatine figure? I definitely know I was part of that category, and even though I'm not a huge fan of The Rise of Skywalker, it was really nice to get his variation outfit from that film to kind of complete that collection alongside one other The Rise of Skywalker figure we'll talk about here in just a minute. Number 15, Dedra Meero from set number 75339, Rebel U-Wing Starfighter. Dedra Meero is a great character from the Andor TV series, and that series was incredible. The second season this past year was absolutely spectacular, and getting her as an official LEGO Star Wars minifigure was great. I especially love the dual molding for her ponytail with the Imperial hat. That was really cool to see. Number 14, Babu Frick from set number 75418, LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar 2025. Like I said with the Palpatine figure, there was one other The Rise of Skywalker figure LEGO gave us this year, 6 years after the film was released, that kind of completed the collection for a lot of fans, and that of course is Babu Frick, by far the best part of the Rise of Skywalker film. This is by far the smallest figure in this entire video. It's just a little tiny one-piece fig, but he looks perfect. I love him and he's so cute. Number 13, Clone Trooper Pilot Phase 1 from set number 75432, V19 Torrent Starfighter. The second of the 3 minifigures from the new V19 Torrent Starfighter set is the Clone Pilot, and they finally gave us a proper helmet mold for these Phase 1 Clone Pilots. It took LEGO so long to deliver this, and it was almost worth the wait. The visor print wasn't the best. I didn't love the way the visor looked. However, everything else about this figure really came together for me, which is why he's kind of in the middle of this top 25. Number 12, Ahsoka Tano from set number 75401, Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. This is one of my personal favorite Ahsoka figures they have ever done. The mid-legs were a fantastic choice. I love seeing those be used here. All the printing was great. The updated Laku looks really good. I love this Ahsoka figure. Number 11, Imperial Death Trooper from set number 75412, Death Trooper and Night Trooper Battle Pack. I hated everything else about this Night Trooper Battle Pack set. I thought it was awful. However, the reason I literally purchased the product was for this new Death Trooper figure. You got 2 of them in the set and they look great. And here's hoping LEGO brings back the normal Death Troopers from Rogue One next year to celebrate the 10th anniversary of that film. And there you have it. Those are entries numbers 25 through 11. So now it's time to kick off the top 10 best LEGO Star Wars minifigures of 2025. Number 10, Clone Commander Bakara from set number 75413, Republic Juggernaut. Pretty much all of the Clone Trooper minifigures this year do not have waist capes that are specialized cloth pieces. Instead, they printed the waist capes onto the leg part, and that pissed off a lot of LEGO Star Wars fans. I personally don't care quite as much as the average Joe. However, at the same time, I can admit it would have looked better with cloth waist cape pieces. As for Commander Bakara here, awesome. We finally got this character as an official LEGO Star Wars minifigure, and they gave us a really cool new helmet mold for him. The rest of the figure looks a little plain if you ask me. The helmet mold is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but simply the fact that he exists and looks pretty good for the most part propelled him into the top 10. Number 9, Clone Trooper Pilots Phase 2 from set number 75402, Arc 170 Starfighter. I'm cheating again with this entry because these 3 figures are so similar it kind of felt redundant to include all 3 of them in the list, so I decided to just do one entry for all of the new Phase 2 clone pilots that came with the Arc 170 Starfighter. These were great looking updates of these characters. I love their helmet molds, I love the printed printed on visors. They especially looked good with the updated skin tone we've had for clone troopers in the 2020s. These figures were fantastic. Number 8, Clone Trooper Commander Bly from set number 75435, Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT. Like Bakara, we finally got an official LEGO Star Wars Commander Bly figure here in 2025, and I think he looks really good. Again, no waist cape, kind of annoying, but everything else about him, in my opinion, looks pretty fantastic, especially his helmet with that separate visor piece. I really dig that. Additionally, honorable mention to the 327 Star Core Trooper figures here with this entry. They're very similar to this Bly figure, so I ended up not including them in this list, but I did want to give them a shout out. Number 7, Clone Cadet from set number 40765, Camino Training Facility. People have been complaining about the lack of exclusive LEGO Star Wars minifigures with the May 4th promos. Well, here you go. You got a brand new Clone Cadet figure in this year's May 4th promo, and you also got, well, 3 of them, and they have arm printing and dual molded legs. These figures really could not have looked any better from an official LEGO Star Wars set. They are absolutely fantastic, and one of the best May 4th promos in total we've gotten in quite some time. Number 6, Darth Vader Gingerbread Edition from set number 40806, Gingerbread AT-AT Walker. I think if you told me at the beginning of the year that one of my top 6 favorite LEGO Star Wars minifigures of 2025 would be a gingerbread variation of Darth Vader, I'd probably just be like, what the heck are you talking about? But they just nailed this figure. The cape is what put it over the top. If it did not have that specialized cape, he might have topped out around number 11. However, that cape is so good. The printing is incredible. I love all the recolors for Darth Vader's classic helmet piece as well. I mean, seriously, this is such a cool variation of Darth Vader and one of the more interesting Christmas figures they've ever given us. Number 5, Galactic Marine Clone Trooper from set number 75413, Republic Juggernaut. Go check out my worst LEGO Star Wars sets of the year video if you want to hear me rant about the Republic Juggernaut, but the one thing that I think most people can agree upon being really solid in that set are the minifigures, highlighted by the Galactic Marine. Finally, 20 years after Revenge of the Sith first came out, LEGO delivered an official Galactic Marine figure, and they looked great. Again, no waist capes, but everything else in my opinion was spectacular, highlighted by a brand new helmet mold. And honestly, I don't think they needed to make a new helmet mold. They probably could have gotten away with recoloring the Snow Trooper helmet, but they didn't do that. They did the more proactive thing and gave us a new helmet mold that looks fantastic if you ask me. And I'm just so happy this figure finally exists. Too bad it comes in a ridiculously overpriced $160 Clone Turbo tank that looks like absolute garbage, but whatever, I'll digress about that for now. Number 4, Plo Koon from set number 75400, Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter Microfighter. I was a bit disappointed that this Microfighter wasn't a full-scale version of Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter. However, it's one of the best Microfighters LEGO has ever given us, and it comes with an exclusive brand new version of Plo Koon. The original Plo Koon from 2008, I always thought looked decent, but it was never quite doing it for me. Something was a little bit off, and all of that was reinforced by this new Plo Koon head mold that looks absolutely spectacular. I love it. It's perfect. I have no notes, giving us the best version of Plo Koon to date. Number 3, our bronze medal figure for 2025 is Jango Fett from set number 75409, Jango Fett's Starship. If this figure had a better face print, specifically a face print with the metal headband headset that we see in Attack of the Clones, I probably would have put him at number 1. However, that is a glaring thing they did not include with this figure's printing, which I don't understand. So because of that, it's only at number 3. But don't get me wrong, this Jango Fett figure looks amazing. It's the best Jango Fett figure they've ever done. The arm printing really puts it over the top, and I do like the face print, even without the headset added on there. This is an amazing figure from the best LEGO Star Wars set of the year, the new UCS Jango Fett Slave 1. I love this. Our silver medal figure for 2025 is number 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi from set number 75432, V19 Torrent Starfighter. Shout out to this V19 Torrent Starfighter play scale set. $65 with 3 of the top 25 best LEGO Star Wars minifigures of the year in the same set. That is one heck of a a solid deal, especially for 2025. And this Obi-Wan figure was a long overdue, basically remaster of his armor from the Clone Wars, but not in the old hideous Clone Wars cartoony stylized figures they used to create. And LEGO just went above and beyond with this figure. The face, the hair, perfect. The torso, the legs look perfect. And then the arm printing is what put this one over the top for me. This figure looks amazing, and I heavily considered him for being number one. However, Obi-Wan fell literally just short of the gold medal because our number one figure is Llama Su from set number 75433 Jango Fett's Starship. LEGO, you guys are really smart because you made this kind of dinky, smaller version of Jango Fett's Starship that I probably would have skipped ultimately because I got the big UCS rendition if it weren't for this Llama Su figure. This Llama Su figure is out of this world. I absolutely love the Tan We figure they made in 2022, and then they followed that up with a perfect Llama Su. His head mold is so good. I love how creative these Kaminoan figures look. It's something I don't think any of us ever thought they'd be able to accomplish in these stylized versions that we see for LEGO minifigures, but they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. His printing head to toe is spectacular, and I think it's fitting that maybe the tallest figure of the year is, in my opinion, the best minifigure of the year, which is why our gold medal figure for 2025 is Llama Su from set number 75433 Jango Fett's Starship. And there you have it, y'all. Those are my picks for the top 25 best LEGO Star Wars minifigures of 2025. What are your personal favorite figures from this past year? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. God bless. Bye-bye.